Willy wasn't a very good wizard. Not yet. He was still learning. Every day he practiced his spells and potions, hoping to get better. One sunny day, Willy was playing in his backyard. The sky was clear and the birds were singing. It was the perfect day for an adventure. Suddenly, something shiny fell from the sky. It sparkled as it descended, catching Willy's attention. It landed with a gentle thud on the grass. Willy ran over to see what it was. To his amazement, it was a hat. A beautiful blue hat covered in sparkling stars. It shimmered in the sunlight, looking almost magical. Willy cautiously approached the hat. He had never seen anything like it before. He bent down and carefully picked it up. The hat felt warm and tingly in his hands. As soon as his fingers brushed the shimmering fabric, Willy felt a jolt of energy. It tickled. He giggled at the sensation. The stars on the hat twinkled and glowed, casting tiny lights all around. Willy knew this was no ordinary hat. It had to be special, maybe even magical. This was a magic hat. He could feel its power. He carefully placed the hat upon his head. Willy giggled. It felt funny. The hat seemed to fit perfectly. Willy felt different with the hat on his head. He felt powerful, like he could do anything. He wiggled his toes inside his little shoes, feeling the magic spread through him. Closing his eyes, he made a wish. He wished with all his heart. He wished for a friend to play with, someone who would understand him. Opening his eyes, he gasped. Could it be? Right before him stood a furry purple creature with big orange eyes. Willy couldn't believe his eyes. His wish had come true.
Hello, my name is Flurry. You wished for a friend and here I am.
Willy was amazed. The hat had made his wish come true. Willy and Flurry spent the afternoon playing games. Whenever Willy got tired, he'd pull a yummy snack from the hat. A big red apple, a slice of cheesy pizza. The hat had everything. Flurry loved munching on rainbow candies. The hat even gave Willy colorful bubbles to blow. Willy learned that the hat's magic was powered by kindness. Every nice thing Willy did made the hat sparkle even brighter. This hat is amazing, Flurry.
What should we do next?
Flurry pointed his furry finger towards the whispering woods at the edge of the backyard.
Let's go on an adventure.
The Whispering Woods was a mysterious place. Sunbeams peeked through the trees. Willy and Flurry skipped along a winding path.
Hey, hey, hey!
A chorus of giggles echoed through the woods. 3 little goblins jumped into the path, blocking their way. They were small and green with pointy ears. Each one had a mischievous glint in their eyes. What's so funny?
Your hat!
Hey! Cried Willy. The goblins thought this was hilarious. They tossed the hat amongst themselves. Willy tried to grab it, but they were too quick. The forest felt darker without the hat's magical glow. Give it back! Shouted Willy. The goblins just giggled and ran deeper into the woods. Willy and Flurry followed them. The sound of their mischievous laughter echoed through the trees. Willy knew he had to get his hat back. He had to be brave. Deeper and deeper into the woods they went. The trees grew taller, their branches forming a leafy canopy overhead. Sunbeams struggled to reach the forest floor. Willy could hear the goblins giggling up ahead. They seemed to be leading him on a chase. The forest was full of strange and wonderful sounds. A little bluebird flew overhead. A family of squirrels scurried up a tree. Willy even heard the of a babbling brook nearby. But the goblins' laughter was getting fainter. They had to be close. We're going to find those goblins, Flurry.
Flurry nodded eagerly, his big orange eyes scanning their surroundings. The chase was far from over. Suddenly, the trees opened up, revealing a rushing river. The goblins were on the other side.
The river is so wide and the current is really strong. There's no way we can swim across.
Oh no, Willy. What are we going to do? You've lost your hat.
Wait, Flurry, don't worry. I have an idea.
Willy closed his eyes and thought about all the good things he could do. He thought about helping others, about being brave and kind. When he opened his eyes, he felt a surge of warmth flow through him.
Here goes nothing.
Willy held out his hands over the rushing water. Tiny bubbles shimmering with rainbow colors streamed from his fingertips.
Oh my gosh, Willy, look at that!
The bubbles floated down and formed a bridge across the river.
Wow, it's so beautiful.
Flurry carefully stepped onto the shimmering bridge. It was strong. Willy and Flurry carefully crossed the magical bridge. It disappeared behind them as they walked.
We're getting closer to the goblins, Willy.
Yeah, let's keep going! Willy and Flurry followed the sound of the goblins' laughter. It led them to a dark and gloomy cave hidden behind a curtain of vines. This is it, Flurry. This is where we'll find my hat.
He took a deep breath and stepped inside. The cave was dark and damp. Water dripped from the ceiling, echoing in the stillness. Willy and Flurry's footsteps squished in the mud.
Hee hee hee!
The goblins' laughter echoed all around them. It was hard to tell where it was coming from. Willy and Flurry ventured deeper into the cave. It was like a maze. Every turn seemed to lead to another dead end.
We'll never find them in here.
Willy said, feeling a little bit discouraged. Just then, Flurry spotted something shimmering in the dim light. It was Willy's hat. The hat was perched precariously on a rocky ledge just within reach. But the ledge was too high for Willy to reach. Willy jumped and stretched, but the hat was just out of reach. He was too short.
Flurry saw how much Willy wanted his hat back. He wanted to help his friend. Flurry took a deep breath and puffed out his chest. He grew bigger and bigger. Flurry was now big enough to reach the hat. He gently plucked it off the ledge with his big furry paws.
You did it, Flurry! You used your magic to help me!
Willy cried, his eyes shining with gratitude. Flurry shrunk back down to his normal size and giggled.
We did it together! Our friendship is magic!
The cave suddenly felt warmer and brighter. The goblin's laughter had completely stopped. Willy put his hat back on his head. He knew what he had to do. Willy and Flurry found their way out of the cave. They'd been lost for what felt like hours, navigating the dark and winding tunnels. The fresh air and sunlight were a welcome relief. The goblins were huddled together, looking sad and scared. They had never meant to cause any harm. They were just misunderstood creatures.
We're sorry for taking your hat. We didn't realize it was so important to you. We just wanted to have some fun. We thought it was just a game.
Willy smiled. He could see that the goblins were genuinely sorry. He understood that everyone makes mistakes. It was important to forgive and move on.
It's okay. I forgive you. Let's be friends from now on.
He reached into his hat and pulled out a handful of colorful lollipops. The goblins' eyes lit up with joy. He gave one to each of the goblins. They had never tasted anything so sweet.
Wow, thanks. This is amazing.
They cried, their eyes widening in surprise. They had never experienced such kindness before. They had never been given gifts before. It was a moment they would never forget. The goblins were so happy. They danced and cheered, their spirits lifted. They promised to never take anything that didn't belong to them again. They had learned their lesson. Willy, Flurry and the goblins walked out of the whispering woods together. They felt a newfound bond forming between them. The forest felt friendlier now. The trees seemed to whisper words of encouragement. The sun was setting, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. It was a perfect end to an eventful day. Willy knew he had learned a valuable lesson today. It was a day he would always remember. He learned that true magic comes from being kind, helpful and forgiving. These were the real spells that made the world a better place. And most importantly, he learned that the best kind of magic is the magic of friendship. It was a magic that could conquer any challenge. Willy and Flurry walked hand in hand back to Willy's house. The sun was setting, casting a warm golden glow over the neighborhood. The air was filled with the sounds of chirping birds and the distant laughter of other children playing. It was a perfect end to a magical day. They were the best of friends. Their bond had grown stronger with every adventure they shared, and today had been no different. They had faced challenges, discovered secrets, and most importantly, they had done it all together. Willy knew he would never forget this adventure. The memories of their journey would stay with him forever, etched in his heart like a beautiful story. He felt a sense of pride and accomplishment, knowing that he had been brave and kind. And he knew he would never take his magical hat for granted. It was more than just a hat. It was a symbol of the magic that lived within him. Every time he wore it, he felt a surge of confidence and wonder. As they reached Willy's backyard, the hat suddenly started to glow and vibrate. Willy and Flurry exchanged excited glances, their hearts pounding with anticipation. What new magic was the hat about to reveal? A beam of light shot out from the hat's tip and formed a message in the air. The words shimmered and sparkled, filling Willy with a warm, fuzzy feeling. The real magic was inside you all along. Willy's eyes widened in amazement. He had always believed in the hat's magic, but now he understood that the true magic came from his own heart. And so, Willy the Wizard continued to learn and grow, using his kindness and compassion to spread magic wherever he went. He helped others, shared his knowledge, and always remembered the lessons he had learned. The hat stayed by his side, a reminder that the greatest adventures are shared with friends. It was a symbol of the bond he shared with Flurry and the magic they had discovered together. The end. S1, Media Group, boy smiling outdoors, child in wizard outfit smiling, happy boy with magical item at stock at distribute _ Willy smiled. He felt a deep sense of gratitude for the journey he had been on and the friends he had made along the way. He knew the hat was right. The real magic was not in the hat, but in the love and kindness he shared with others. He didn't need a magic hat to be kind or to make friends. He had discovered that the power to make a difference was within him all along. He had the power to do that all on his own. And with that realization, Willy felt ready for whatever adventures lay ahead.